My friend, let me begin with a truth that has shaken the foundations of countless lives. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. These are not just words, they are a law of life. To attempt to walk in two directions at once is to arrive nowhere. To hesitate, to wander between choices, to scatter your energy across many half-hearted pursuits is the greatest enemy of success. The man who cannot decide, the man who cannot commit, becomes a victim of confusion and mediocrity. And so I tell you, if you wish to rise above the ordinary, if you wish to step into the realm of wealth, influence, and power, you must learn to become single-minded. Ask yourself right now, are you scattered or are you focused? The truth is simple. Every great fortune, every towering success, every man or woman who has ever left their mark upon this earth has done so by cultivating the habit of focus. Without it, talent is wasted. Without it, ambition is destroyed. Without it, opportunity passes by unnoticed. But with it, my friend, with focus, with priorities, with persistence, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Let me capture your attention. Imagine two men. One spends his days jumping from task to task, from idea to idea, never finishing what he starts. He works hard, yes, but his efforts are scattered, like a stream flowing in many directions. The other man? He chooses one goal, one purpose, one clear priority. He pours himself into it, day after day, with unbroken concentration. Who do you think will succeed? Of course, the second man will rise. Why? Because energy, when concentrated, creates power. A magnifying glass, when held steady, can ignite a flame. But the same glass, moved restlessly, achieves nothing. Now pause and ask yourself, are you holding the glass steady, or are you moving it without purpose? The formula is clear, and it is timeless. Before you begin your day, make a list of everything you must do. Then, with courage, ask yourself 4 vital questions. These questions are the compass that will guide you from uncertainty to mastery. First, what are my highest value activities? Do not confuse movement with progress. Do not confuse busy work with achievement. Value comes not from how much you do, but from what you choose to do. Second, why am I on the payroll? Or in other words, why am I here? What is the result I am expected to create? Life itself is a form of employment. You are here to deliver results. If you fail to know your true assignment, you fail to live with purpose. Stop here and think. Have you defined your true assignment in life? Third, what can I and only I do that, if done well, will make a real difference? This is the question of destiny. Every man has tasks that others can perform, but there are a few sacred duties that rest upon his shoulders alone. To neglect them is to betray your calling. To fulfill them is to step into greatness. And finally, the golden question: what is the most valuable use of my time right now? Notice the power of those last 2 words, right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not after you check your distractions, but now. At this very moment, what task, if done, will move you closer to your highest vision? Let me challenge you. Are you truly using this moment for its highest value? This, my friend, is the secret to greatness. It is the ability to identify the most valuable task and then to pour yourself into it with single-minded persistence until it is done. Not halfway, not almost finished, but complete. Discipline, willpower, and character are tested here. Can you stay with one task until it is finished? Can you resist the temptation to wander? Can you endure the monotony of consistency? For those who can, rewards beyond measure await. Consider this truth. Wealth is not built by scattered effort, but by concentrated action. You do not need to master 1,000 things. You need to master one. And yet, most men fail because they are double-minded. They want riches, but they also want comfort. They want success, but they also cling to excuses. They want progress, but they also indulge in distraction. A double-minded man will forever sabotage himself because he cannot walk two roads at once. So I ask you directly, which road will you choose? When I studied the lives of over 500 of the most successful men in America, from Carnegie to Ford, from Rockefeller to Edison, I discovered that single-mindedness was the unbroken thread woven through all their stories. Each of them discovered one definite major purpose. They committed to it with undivided energy. They faced obstacles. They faced ridicule. They faced hardship, but they never divided their focus. This one habit, the habit of priorities, the habit of concentration, is the gateway to riches. And let me give you good news. It is not reserved for the privileged few. It is available to you. Think about this. If you devoted just 1 hour each day to your most valuable task, every day, without fail, where would you be 1 year from now? 5 years from now? 10? The answer is staggering. You would be unrecognizable compared to who you are today. So ask yourself, are you willing to begin today? Remember this truth. Success is not built in bursts of scattered effort, but in the quiet power of daily, focused work. Each day is a brick. Each task, when completed, is another stone laid upon the foundation of your future. The double-minded man never lays bricks in the same direction. His wall crumbles. The single-minded man lays brick upon brick in perfect alignment, and one day he stands before a palace. Which wall are you building? This, my friend, is the choice that determines your destiny. Have you ever noticed how life seems to reward those who move with certainty, while punishing those who hesitate? A man who is double-minded, who starts down one path today and abandons it tomorrow, is like a ship without a rudder, tossed by every wave, controlled by the winds of chance. But the man of purpose, the one who decides with clarity and then refuses to waver, is the man whom destiny crowns with riches and success. Ask yourself right now, which one are you? Every great success in history can be traced to a moment of decision, followed by unwavering action. Look around and you will see it. The leaders of industry, the pioneers of science, the masters of art, they were not always the smartest, not always the most talented, but they had one priceless trait. Once they set their hearts on a goal, they did not look back. And let me tell you, life bends to such men and women. The world steps aside for the person who knows exactly where he is going. But here is the tragedy. Most people never develop this strength. They waste their days in doubt, questioning themselves, second-guessing their decisions, and changing direction whenever the road becomes rough. And what does life give them in return? Small paychecks, broken dreams, and a restless spirit. The truth is plain. Success cannot live in the same house with hesitation. So, my friend, you must choose. Will you be single-minded, or will you remain divided? Let me offer you a secret that can change your entire destiny. It is this: decide once and never revisit that decision, unless absolute evidence demands it. Your ability to decide and then stick to your course is the hallmark of power. Think of it like fire. A scattered flame cannot burn. It flickers weakly and dies. But a concentrated flame, focused on one spot, can cut through steel. Such is the power of a single-minded man. Now, here is where most people make their fatal mistake. They think that being busy equals being productive. Nothing could be further from the truth. A person can fill his days with meaningless activity, and at the end of the year, he will have nothing to show for it but exhaustion. Success is never the result of mere movement. It is the result of movement in the right direction, with unbroken focus on the highest priorities. So I ask you now, are you truly busy, or are you simply distracted? Imagine for a moment that you are holding a magnifying glass under the sun. If you move it constantly, the sunlight spreads and warms but never ignites. Yet if you hold it steady, focused on a single point, fire appears. That is the law of nature, and it is also the law of achievement. Your mind is the magnifying glass, your goals the target. Hold your mind steady, and sooner or later, you will ignite success. I must remind you again, greatness is not achieved in one bold leap, but in steady steps taken day after day, with unbroken discipline. It is not dramatic. It is not glamorous, but it is powerful beyond measure. The one who wakes each morning and asks, "What is the most valuable use of my time today?" and then acts upon it without hesitation, is the one who becomes a giant in his field. Would you like to be such a giant? Then begin today, and beware of the enemy of all progress distraction. It comes dressed as opportunity, as pleasure, as urgency. It whispers, just this once, take your eyes off the goal. And if you listen, even for a moment, the current of mediocrity will sweep you away. Remember, every minute spent outside your priority is a minute stolen from your destiny. Guard your attention as you would guard your fortune. For in truth, attention is fortune. Some will tell you that success is luck. Do not believe it. Luck is only the shadow of preparation meeting opportunity. The real difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not chance, but focus. Success bows to the person who knows what he wants and refuses to look elsewhere. The double-minded man prays for luck. The single-minded man creates it through concentrated effort. Which one are you becoming? Let me share a confession. In my own journey, I discovered that the hardest battle was not with the world, but with myself. The temptation to wander, to chase a new idea, to abandon the current path, this was the battle I fought every day. And I know you fight it too. But every time I resisted, every time I said, no, I will remain on this course, my willpower grew stronger. And as my willpower grew, so did my results. That is how character is built. Not in grand gestures, but in small victories of focus won daily. So here is your challenge. Tonight, write down your single most important goal. Not 10, not 5, but 1. Then commit yourself with all the force of your being to that goal until it is complete. Refuse to divide your mind. Refuse to scatter your energies. Tell yourself, I am a man of decision. I am a man of action. I am a man of completion. And then live as if it were true. Do this, and you will notice something miraculous. Opportunities that were invisible will begin to appear. People will sense your determination and will want to join forces with you. Circumstances will bend to your will. Why? Because the universe itself respects the man who knows where he is going. This is no superstition. It is the law of cause and effect. Concentrated effort creates concentrated results. Now let me leave you with a question. If your life were to end tomorrow, would you be proud of the way you spent today? Did you use your time for your highest purpose, or did you waste it on trivialities? This question may be uncomfortable, but it is the question that forges greatness. Answer it honestly, and it will change your tomorrow. Remember this truth. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. But the man of focus, the man of discipline, becomes unstoppable. Do not live your life as a wandering shadow. Live it as a blazing fire, concentrated, purposeful, and victorious. For it is in the power of single-minded focus that you will find your wealth, your independence, and your immortality in the hearts of men. The final lesson I must impress upon you is this. Greatness is not built on scattered effort, but on disciplined focus, unwavering persistence. and the habit of finishing what you begin. Millions start the journey, but only a few reach the destination, because most surrender at the first signs of difficulty. Yet, those who continue with determination, those who refuse to look backward, they are the ones the world calls leaders, pioneers, and masters of destiny. Pause for a moment and reflect. How many tasks have you begun in your life, but left incomplete? Each unfinished task is like a broken bridge, leading you halfway across, but never to the other side. But when you commit yourself to seeing every task through, you begin to construct bridges that carry you across rivers of doubt, fear, and procrastination into the land of achievement. The single greatest discipline is to take one thing at a time and finish it. Most people scatter their energies, leaping from one idea to the next, never staying long enough to taste success. But you must not live like most people. If you aspire to riches, freedom, and influence, you must discipline your mind to resist distraction and to embrace perseverance. Do not forget this truth. Your future is built not in bursts of effort, but in daily consistent action. It is persistence that carves valleys through mountains, and persistence that builds fortunes out of nothing. Talent without persistence is wasted. Intelligence without persistence is powerless. But persistence, even without extraordinary talent, will open doors you never imagined could be opened. Ask yourself today, am I willing to stay the course when others quit? Am I prepared to push through when the world tests my resolve? Am I committed to carrying my work to its ultimate completion? For if your answer is yes, then you have discovered the final ingredient in the formula of greatness. Remember this forever. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, but the man of single purpose, of concentrated focus, and of unshakable persistence is a man the universe cannot deny. So I challenge you today, choose your path with courage, fix your mind upon it, and do not rest until you have seen it through. For when you develop this habit, nothing in heaven or on earth can prevent you from rising to the heights of success and living the life you were destined to live.